Chillbo back here again. This time we're not going to play a playthrough of any of the games, but what I'm going to go over is the winners of the BoardGameGeek Golden Geek Awards. We're going to cover the years 2006 through 2015, and we're going to show you all the best games that won for those years. So we're going to go through 10 games. I'm not going to give you a review on them. I'm just going to show you the game, and you decide if you like it for yourself or you don't like it for yourself. But it's a good bet that these were the best games of the year, so it's a good bet that they're perfect for your collection, and your gaming group will have a great time. You know, BoardGameGeek has been around for a while, and when I was a wee lad back in 1975, I played a game called Dungeons and Dragons, and that really opened my eyes to feel that there are other games out there besides Monopoly, Clue, Sorry, Life. You get the idea. So D&D came out, and I was just enthralled. Now, of course, these games, with BoardGameGeek, brings the whole community together, and it shows everyone in the world this vast array of games that we didn't know existed up until the internet, and BoardGameGeek brought everything together. So these are the Golden Geek Awards, and we're going to start it off with the first game. In 2006, it was the first time they had these awards. The winner that year, well, if you wanted to be a builder in France, and the king was going to build a castle, the year is 1289. The game is called Kahless. This was the best game in 2006. You have to play, you're a worker, you're a craftsman, you're building a road to the castle, you're even building the castle in this game. And it's one of the granddaddies of the worker placement mechanic of a game. So this was Kahless, 2006, this one, and here you go, Kahless. Well, that brings us to the year 2007, best game of the year. Let's assume you want to go to ancient Japan. And, well, you really can't, but you can if you buy this game by Durkheim, and it's published by Queen Games, and it's a big game, it's called Shogun. Shogun, you get to be one of those Japanese warlords in ancient Japan, and you're trying to, it looks like a Risk-type setup, but you're actually trying to make your best Japan out of the deal. You're going to be building temples, theaters, having riots and battles with other players, and the farmers are going to get involved, and there might be an uprising, and you got to make sure you're storing enough rice for the seasons. It's a really good game. Again, this is Shogun, and this was the year 2007. And there you go. Okay, we're entering the year 2008 for the third best board game according to BoardGameGeek Golden Geek Awards. Yes, we have spoken, we have voted, and these are the games that you guys voted for. Okay, up next is published by Z-Man Games. You want to be a farmer, you want to have a wife, you want to have kids, you want to have sheep, pigs, cattle. You want to build a house that fits everybody in the house. Then, rather than doing that in real life, Agricola. And it's not Agricola. It's Agricola, just like agriculture. Farmer. Yep, that's where they got the name. Well, that's where agriculture comes from. Anyway, Agricola, you get to play leader of the house. Whether it's the man or the woman is up to you. And you get to have kids, and you get to make sure that farm life and planting crops and raising your animal and your livestock to eat. But better watch out. You better be able to feed everybody. The game takes place over, I think it was 14 rounds or so. Great for families also. It's got a good family element to it as well. And there we have it. 2008 winner, Agricola. Of course, we're going over the BoardGameGeek Golden Geek Awards for Best Board Games of the years, 2006 to 2015. But in 2009, it's not always a board game that wins. This time, if you wanted to play, I guess you're trying to get your best fiefdom in medieval knights and chivalry, and it's a card game, out of all things. And what isn't said enough about this game? It's Dominion, the 2009 winner for Best Board Game. But it's not a board game, it's a card game, but it encompasses the whole genre. So here it is, Dominion. You get this game has got so many expansions as well. But just played like this, we have a lot of fun with this game. A lot of cards going on, a lot of ways you could use the cards. No two games are alike, that's for sure. We have a great time with this game. So, Dominion, winner, Golden Geek Award, 2009. That brings us to the year 2010. So where are we going? Have we got another card game going on? This time you're going to set up a trade route. I think it's across Germany. And I like the name of the game because it rhymes. The game is called HansaTonica. That's exactly what it is. You're a member of the Hansa League, which is like a guild of traders and merchants, and you want to set up the best route possible in medieval Germany. And it's got a lot of worker placements going on. It's a great game. Really good. 2010 winner, HansaTonica. Here we are entering 2011, and in 2011, I think the community wanted to play amphibians, insects, reptiles, a couple of humans in there as well. Guess what? Dominant species. You have to let your species, whether you play one of those species that I just named, you want to make them flourish before the old Ice Age comes and wipes everybody out and whatever happens. Anyway, this is really another worker placement game in its fullest definition. You're placing workers, you're avoiding cataclysms and ice ages, and you're trying to live in the environment that your particular species can live in. And it's really, really a good strategic game. There's a lot going on. Dominant Species, 2011. "2012 sees us move into the space age. We no longer want to be on planet Earth, so there we go. We go up in space, and we want to try to conquer it as best as we can." Awesome game. Eclipse. Eclipse is exactly that. You want to discover new worlds. You want to populate them with your population. You also want to battle other opponents in this game. And you're looking for resources so you could become the most flourished space human or alien, because you could play aliens in this game as well. So this was 2012, and this was the best game of the year, Eclipse. In 2013 comes a game where you play one of 14 different factions, and they all play very, very differently than each other. You could be a dwarf, mermaids, giants. I mean, the list is endless. Well, up to 14. The game is called Terra Mystica. Terra Mystica is really one of the few games I've seen that have these mechanics. You have to transpose the terrain that you're living in so your faction that you choose can actually thrive. And you want to build dwellings, and you want to build sanctuaries and buildings. And it's a really good game. Terra Mystica, the year was 2013. This one published by Z-Man. And I'll give you all the information right here. 2014 saw a little change in this board game of the year. A lot of the other games had some rules, a little in-depthness to them, but 2014 saw us become jewel makers in a game called Splendor. And Splendor is exactly that. You'll play jewel makers, and you want to try to make the best jewelry out of the gemstones that you collect. The rules are fairly simple. It's only a couple of pages long. It's easy to play. And Splendor was the board game winner of 2014. Enjoy. That brings us to the final year, the final game, 2015 for this video. 2015 saw an old game come back to life with a whole bunch of great, terrible rules. I don't mean bad rules to understand, but just to thwart the players on the board. Pandemic? Pandemic Legacy. There's a blue box and a red box. They play exactly the same. It's the Pandemic game on huge steroids. As you play this game, it just changes all the time. You never know what's going to happen. Just when you think you have the correct plan, the correct moves, this game changes it on you. Pandemic Legacy, Season 1, the 2015 Board Game Geek, Golden Geek game. Well, there you have it. The 10 games from 2006 to 2015. The Board Game Geek Golden Geek Award Best Board Game Winners. Say that one fast. They range from, oh my goodness, there's a whole bunch of different topics and different mechanics. And now, are these my favorite games? Maybe they're not your favorite games. Doesn't matter. Those are the winners. The community has spoken. I'm only here to show you exactly what everybody voted for. You'll have a great time. You got to say, if you have these in your collection, you're going to be okay. You're going to impress your friends. So there you go. The Board Game Geek Golden Geek Awards 2006 to 2015. Chilbo out. Remember, keep your brain on a treadmill and play more games.